billionaires. They have all the power. Under capitalism, money isn't just currency, it's control, and it's always flowing upward. Every day, we go to work and produce more value than we're paid for. That difference doesn't disappear. It's taken, extracted, redirected to the people at the top. And over time, something else happens. We become disconnected from what we do. Work stops feeling like a creation or purpose. It becomes something to endure, something to get through. You wake up, you work, you get paid just enough to buy your habit of choice and come back tomorrow. And that's not an accident. That's class warfare. But what is that? And what does it look like in practice?
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy.
In Marxist terms, class warfare is the ongoing conflict between the bourgeoisie, the class that owns the means of production, and the proletariat, the class that survives by selling its labor. It's tension built into the system itself, between those who profit from work and those who have no choice but to perform it. But class warfare doesn't always look like a war. Most of the time, it looks like everyday life.
MasterCard has something special in store for you this holiday. Master Values. Now use MasterCard and save up to 25% at some of your favorite stores.
It looks like working full-time and still struggling to afford rent. It looks like wages barely moving while productivity keeps rising. It looks like companies reporting record profits while laying off thousands of workers. It looks like healthcare, housing, and education becoming harder to access even as society produces more wealth than ever before. And it looks like being told that this is just how things are supposed to be. In some cases, it even looks like corporations actively spending millions of dollars to prevent workers from organizing, like Amazon investing $26 million into anti-union campaigns.
Designed to give you the tools that you need for success when it comes to labor organizing.
None of these are isolated occurrences. They're expressions of the same structure, a system where wealth accumulates at the top through profit, private ownership, and state policy, while political influence follows the same path. Those with capital have access to lobbying, legal power, and economic leverage that the average worker simply does not. And over time, that imbalance reinforces itself. Policies are shaped in ways that protect existing wealth and expand it further, while labor remains dependent on wages to survive, not because of individual decisions, but because of structural incentives built into the system itself. At the same time, workers are kept in conditions where survival depends on continued employment. Work becomes something you cannot easily step away from without risking housing, food, or stability. And when every day is structured around survival, collective resistance becomes harder to organize. But it does not have to be this way. The reason class warfare is so effective against us is that most people don't even know it's happening, while the upper class is fully aware and acting in accordance. By getting this far, you've broken that trend. If we recognize what's happening, help develop class consciousness in our peers, and come together collectively to organize our own class power, we can actually stand a chance. The how-to is already there, the Bolsheviks in Russia.
Товарищи, рабоче-крестьянская революция, о необходимости которой все время говорили большевики, совершилась!
The Viet Cong in Vietnam. Even the Black Panther Party from this very nation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Off the pig!
Solution has come.
Off the pig!
Time to pick up the
History proves we can win. If we organize, we just have to not give up hope.
Bobby Seale is going through all types of physical and mental torture. But that's all right, because we said even before this happened, and we're going to say it after this, and after I'm locked up, and after everybody's locked up, that you can jail revolutionaries, but you can't jail a revolution. Right. country, but you can't run liberation out the country. You might murder a freedom fighter like Bobby Hutton, but you can't murder freedom fighting. And if you do, you come up with answers that don't answer, explanations that don't explain. You come up with conclusions that don't conclude. And you come up with people that you thought should be acting like pigs, that's acting like people and moving on pigs. And that's what we've got to do. So we're going to see about Bobby, regardless of what these people think we should do. Because school is not important and work is not important. Nothing's more important than stopping fascism, because fascism will stop us all.